Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading for September 12th to the 18th. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Keeping in mind these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So take the messages that do and check out your other placements because you could have messages there as well. All right, let's see. What is the energy around the week ahead for Taurus? Energy around the week ahead for Taurus. Oh, we're seeing soulmates in reverse coming out. Unfinished symphony also coming out here for Taurus. Okay, so interesting. Bottom of the deck is observer in reverse. So seeing soulmates in reverse and unfinished symphony, it's an interesting combination. This is sort of guiding me to see that there's a key relationship in your life right now that's sort of been given a sacred task to reveal something to you, or to provide you with a reflection of something so that you can understand something on a deeper level. And I feel like it's bringing in closure. So it's almost like this week you have an opportunity through another person to get some closure on something, and you're really being guided to have a careful look at it, to really observe it, and to maybe to look at it from a certain perspective. It's interesting. This individual or this situation is coming up so that you can see something in a different way. You know what I mean? Like, this is really showing you something from a different perspective so that hopefully it brings you to closure. This is very, very clear messages coming out for you. Let's jump into the tarot cards and see what they will reveal for you, Taurus. Very interesting start to your reading. There is something that is going to get the closure that it needs. And it could be that it's coming to light because of, you know, a certain relationship in your life is bringing this to light. And when soulmates here shows up in reverse, it's almost like it's a situation that you wouldn't call a soulmate necessarily if you use that sort of Hollywood definition of a soulmate. This could actually be making you really uncomfortable. Like, this could actually be an uncomfortable situation that is sort of trying to get you to see something from a different perspective so that it can come to an end, so that you can finish something that needs closure. This could be something that has been needing closure for a while and you may have been resisting it. Let's see what the tarot cards will bring out for you. Okay, so the Page of Swords flipped over with the Page of Rods in reverse, which is very interesting, sort of goes along with what I was saying, that this is showing you something from a different perspective. It might even be changing your mind about something, but it's not comfortable. That Page of Rods in reverse is sort of like a tantrum. You're rebelling. You know, this is making you significantly uncomfortable. So there could be a relationship or an experience in your life right now that is causing you some discomfort. And it's sort of causing that discomfort to get you to bring closure to something and to get you to see it in a different way, which is very interesting. I wonder, leave me some comments below if this is resonating. There's the Death card. So this is definitely transformative. And it might be coming along suddenly and unexpectedly to bring about this new perspective. So eyes open, Taurus, because this could be a week where you need to really be sort of mindful and consciously mindful about what's going on. There could be signs and synchronicities all around you trying to move you in a certain direction to give you this different perspective, right? To give you a different vantage point. But it feels like you might resist this because it's going to make you a little bit uncomfortable. And it's almost like it's not going the way you have planned, but it's taking you on a path that you may need to go on, you know, but it's like sort of one of those situations where it's not part of your overall plan. Now, we've got a bunch of cards flipping over here. I'm going to look at all of them Queen of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So we see the Seven of Swords, the Four of Cups, the Three of Swords, and the Judgment card. So this is going to be revealing. This is going to be sort of an awakening for you, but it's coming in a way that definitely is making you feel uncomfortable. You're definitely sort of feeling like this is not the plan. This was not my plan. You know, it's almost like you've got a plan of your own here, and God's plan for you is not the same. You've got a different plan here, and it might involve some separation, some closure, some sort of revelation. You might see something and be surprised by it. You know, it could have been a bit of someone sneaking around, maybe keeping secrets, or just being sneaky, not being open with their full intention. And this, you know, believe it or not, that same person could be this soulmate. You know, again, these soulmate contracts aren't always these romantic things that come and sweep you off your feet. That's sort of a Hollywood version of this idea of soulmate. A soulmate, to me, is someone who we have a contract with to do something while we're here. And it's not always something that feels comfortable. It is sometimes something that is going to bring about your transformation, something that's going to be a moment of awakening for you with this Judgment card, the Death card here. But it could involve a separation. It could involve closure. It might even involve a moment of I was going to say despair, but that might be too strong. But it does feel like you're going to sort of be like, well, that's not what I had planned. And if you take it if you don't look at it from that higher perspective, it might even make you feel a little depressed that things didn't go the way you wanted them to go, Taurus. But, you know, seeing this Observer card on the bottom of the deck and the Queen of Cups here, that makes me feel like you sort of being guided to embrace this process and trust that whatever it's guiding you towards is for you, even if it wasn't part of your plan. Yeah, I feel like your plans might change this week, Taurus. Your plans could change suddenly this week and turn into something else. Now we see the Two of Swords coming out. So you may have a decision to make about, we've got the Page of Swords and the Two of Swords. So ultimately, it's going to be up to you. And we have the Three of Swords. Ultimately, it's going to be up to you to see, are you going to sort of take this at face value, or are you going to look at it from a higher perspective? I feel like if you look at it at face value, you're going to end up feeling depressed. And you're going to end up sort of feeling like nothing goes my way. And then you're going to be stomping your feet on the ground and sort of crossing your arms and being like, this sucks. You know, and instead, you're being guided to look at this from a higher perspective to sort of be like, okay, where is this leading me then? If it's not leading me to the path that I chose to go down, if I'm being redirected, then where am I off to? Where is this, you know, pointing me towards? What is this experience teaching me right now? Let's see. Why is the Page of Rods here in reverse? Yeah, this could have to do with something professional. This could have to do with how you make money. This could have to do with where you spend your time and your energy. What have you been focusing on? Maybe you need to focus on something different. And perhaps you're sort of putting all your eggs in one basket, not realizing that that basket has a hole in it, or that that basket's not strong enough to carry all those eggs. You know what I mean? And so it's almost like there's some divine redirection moving you around to try to get you to choose a different pathway. This is very interesting. The Death card is here. Ace of Swords. We've got the Page of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords, and the Three of Swords. This is a week of sort of really coming to terms with things mentally by looking at things from a different perspective. That is a resounding clarity here in your reading, and to sort of care about the emotions a little bit here so that you don't find yourself giving up. That's not the point of this, is not to give up. It's just you might be investing, again, in a situation that isn't for you right now. It might need closure so that you can do something else. Let's see, Seven of Swords. There's the Hermit in reverse. So, you know, that tells me again that, you know, while this is happening, don't hide out. Be ready to look at this from a different perspective. You know, take a minute to look at this, and instead of sort of just giving up and sort of feeling that resignation, like, well, my plans never work out kind of thing, try to look at it from a different perspective. Shine the light on this in a different way, because you might see the truth about this. There's something here for you. Yeah, the Four of Pentacles is landing to clarify the Four of Cups. And I feel like that's you sort of feeling depressed and feeling like you don't have enough. You're never going to have enough. Nothing goes my way sort of attitude and belief about the material world. And I think that you're really being guided to try to look at this as if it's a metaphor. Like, okay, if this plan you had didn't work out, then what could that be trying to teach you? Perhaps there's something else you need to be focusing on. Let's see, Three of Swords. Three of Swords, we see the Queen of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. Queen of Wands in reverse. So that's interesting. That almost tells me that there could be an interaction here for you, Taurus, that you know, makes you see two sides of the coin here. Either you're going to sort of feel this immense frustration and sort of rage against it, or you're going to stop and be like, I'm so grateful for everything I have. There's nothing to fear. All is well. And it's almost like you're being guided to look at it from that perspective. But there is this Queen of Wands in reverse, which can be very sort of being sort of angry at your maker, angry at the universe, you know, and sort of wanting to strike back instead of being grateful for everything around you, sort of examining your abundance and to see this situation as a blessing. Okay, it's landing on the Three of Swords. So it's sort of like, see whatever it is that you're being redirected from as a blessing. See it as a blessing. And the Judgment card here is being clarified with, we see the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Page of Cups. So again, that Judgment, again, you could either become very bitter and sort of jaded, like the Queen of Swords in reverse, or you could see this as a new opportunity, Page of Cups. This is going to be up to you. This is why we see the Two of Swords. It's up to you how you're going to approach this mentally. Are you going to be grateful that you've been redirected from something and you feel that sort of gratitude to say, you know, all will be well. I go with the flow. I trust the overall process, even if my plans have been redirected? Or will you sort of rail against that and be angry about it and maybe sort of want to strike back a little bit and then get a little bit depressed and jaded by that? It's interesting. Or will you see the transformative quality of all of this? I feel like you're being sent on a voyage here. We now see the Page of Wands upright on the bottom of the deck, which can be a sign that you're really being guided to have that unconditional love and trust for the process and to venture out on your journey of self-discovery to see, well, if I'm being redirected away from this, perhaps I'm being directed towards something else. And that's where we feel that uncomfortable feeling of having to switch our plans because perhaps there's something greater waiting for you. A very interesting reading for you this week, Taurus. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to reading for you again. Sending you so much love and light, my friends.